Coming up on the bright side, the thrills and spills of online racing, helping in an unexpected way. A schoolgirl's adversity becomes the inspiration for a children's book, and rising to the task, the challenging work of an outback governess. Hi, Abalone here with the bright side, where all the news isn't bad. I'd like you to meet Canberra man Derek Bessie. A 65-year-old. He struggled to find joy in his life since he had his right leg amputated. But then he discovered online simulated car racing. He found not only a great escape, but a wonderful online community.
When you're on there, you don't think about anything. You think about racing and getting around the corners. Everything else in your mind is just gone. You're having fun with the guys. You just enjoy it. It just takes everything away.
According to Derek, it's almost as good as the real thing.
And when you get on these, you'll come off sweating. The adrenaline goes. It's so much fun racing with the people next to you.
But it hasn't been easy coming to terms with the loss of a leg and life as an amputee.
The pain was that bad, I had to end up saying, "You've got to take it off. I can't handle it." Anyway, at that time, the leg came off and I was really happy because I wasn't in any pain. And my whole attitude was, okay, it needed to be done. So let's get it done and try and get on with life. And then as time gets on, you sort of think, your mind says you can do these things, but your body says you can't, and it gets you down.
Yet Derek's love for his kids and his animals have helped push him through.
On a Friday night, they have a Friday night fun where we all have a drink. It's the only thing you can have a drink with and drive with too and have fun without getting on the road. Even if you've got that day where you're thinking down or you're doing this, you think, get on the computer with the boys and it's gone.
Good on you, Derek. Now I'm going to introduce you to a New South Wales schoolgirl whose challenges with mental health led her to becoming a children's author. Isabel Duff missed about 9 months of Year 12 due to her struggles with depression, anxiety and anorexia.
It was a really rough year. My mum pretty much dropped everything to look after me, and it didn't really start getting better until I got Safi.
Safi's a border collie and he's a he, and Isabel's family gave her Safi when he was a pup after her psychiatrist suggested she spend more time with animals.
He just made everything better instantly. It was the first time I had had something to really smile about, something that wasn't hard or complicated, something that made me laugh for a really long time. It made a really big difference very quickly.
Recovering from mental illness doesn't always go in a straight line, but Isabel says Safi gave her the strength to get better. And as she recovered, Isabel started jotting down little stories about Safi in her journal.
And I wrote something one day about how I thought Saf saw me. And I remember saying to Mum, this sounds a little bit like a kid's book. And so I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. And then EK Books, my publisher, did this really cool program during lockdown that was a mentorship program that I was lucky enough to be a part of. And I was able to get a book contract from that.
And that's how the book Cookie came about, a story about the healing power of friendship. Well done, Isabel. Now, do you like eating abalone? Down in Tasmania, the fishing of abalone is a hugely lucrative industry, and it's because of that it's been hard for Aboriginal people to maintain their cultural connection with abalone fishing. But recently, a positive step was made to restore that very ancient tradition.
I'm at the northern part of Bruny Island off the southeast coast of Tasmania, where, with the flourish of a pen, history has been made. Tasmania's Aboriginal people have been given commercial licences to fish for abalone, and it's been described as a significant move in resetting the relationship.
we are restoring our ancestors to sea country today. It's not just about a commercial arrangement.
An historic agreement signed on Aboriginal land at Murrayfield on Bruny Island. Instead of going to tender, the state government's handed over a portion of Tasmania's catch to create a cultural fishery in a 3-year deal. It's 40 units, which is worth 9 tonnes this year.
Well, this is an ancient food and it's an ancient history.
The results of that agreement is 9 new jobs for Indigenous Tasmanians.
It's also much more.
It's a momentous day and it's an occasion to celebrate, I think at a national level, because of knowing the struggle that has taken place here on these lands.
Aboriginal elder Rodney Dillon was once fined for taking abalone from Tasmanian waters. He tried unsuccessfully to argue in court that he had native title rights.
To Aboriginal people, this has been a fight for a long time. All of us, it's not just me, it's all our brothers and sisters. It's been that long battle of not having that right to it. So I think it's a huge step.
It's hoped today's agreement will also deliver social benefits, such as encouraging young Aboriginal people into careers in fishery and delivering more local abalone to our dinner tables here in Tasmania.
We're going to create cradle to grave, sea country programs where we can get people connected, that they can see a future for themselves in jobs, culture and just belonging.
And women will have a key role.
In Tasmania, women are of the sea, men are of the land, and everyone's from night sky country. So we've got a real opportunity here to have women in leadership in fisheries.
What a great outcome. Now, if you live in the city, the idea of a governess might seem like something straight out of a Jane Austen book. Well, in the bush, a governess, or a Govie as they're called, they're pretty important still in helping educate children on remote properties. And it's not all Mary Poppins and music. It can be a really challenging job.
For children living remote, this is their backyard. And this is often their classroom. Under the guidance of a governess, it's here children like 6-year-old Heath face the challenges of early learning in the bush.
What are you learning?
Our vowels.
Yeah, and what else? We don't really have a routine, I guess. Heath doesn't really have full days of school. By the time you drive, you set up, it could be the end of the day, so Heath might not get to do school that day, or you catch up on weekends.
And like most Govies, Laura Elworthy started straight out of high school with limited skills, and she was thrown in the deep end.
I was a bit lost in what to do. I didn't really have the support that someone who goes to a normal school has a teacher who has a degree.
A former governess, Kylie Jones, wanted to try and help fix this situation, and she came up with a service designed to help Govies out in the field.
Hey, how are you going, Laura?
I'm good, thanks.
So remember how we've been talking about with Heath that we're working on not letting him guess when he's looking, when he's reading those words and sounding it out. How have you found he's been going this last week with that?
I've seen Laura blossom over the last 2 years as well as a person, as well as a teacher, and just the connection that her and Heath have too has helped.
His confidence has boosted a lot from just having the support that I could get, and then it benefits him as well.
Building confidence and getting results.
Bye, Kylie.
Now, it's not a cheap exercise, but Kylie Jones is so passionate about this that she provides most of her services free of charge. That is extremely generous. Now, this next report is about home sharing on the New South Wales Central Coast. It's been a success. Let's check it out.
Hey, I'm Sophie Wainwright. This story is about unlikely housemates, Yuta and Patty. They met through a program called Home Share, where isolated seniors are matched with someone who's looking for a safe, affordable place to live.
And while the women say they're very different, they do share some interests and traits.
We've come a long way. We had a few ups and downs because of 2 strong individual women.
I'm very happy that she's here, and should ever anything happen, she can call for help.
If you're prepared to help out a little bit, you know, I've got a nice comfortable place to live, it's a lovely environment, you get some companionship.
I guess for Patty it would be cheaper than renting. For me it's cheaper than having a full-time carer.
Would you live with a vulnerable stranger? Someone who's ageing, has a disability, is homeless or at risk of becoming homeless? For cheaper rent? Or simply to help them out?
It could become a more mainstream way of living as more and more Australians struggle to find affordable housing right around the country. Now, I challenge you to watch this next story without smiling. As outdoor pools have become closing for the winter, one in the northern suburbs of Hobart has decided to invite some four-legged swimmers over for a pooch pool party.
Being the last day of the season, tomorrow people aren't getting in, so sanitisation of the water is not a real concern at the moment. So it's just a nice charity thing.
The dogs enjoying themselves makes me enjoy myself as well, which means the dogs enjoy themselves and the humans enjoy themselves.
I think he's dead right there.
It's just more so a social thing for a lot of the dogs as well. It's just a really good, fun environment and everyone really enjoys it.
He's had an amazing time, I think. He doesn't want to leave. I reckon he'd keep swimming all day if he could.
What a terrific idea. Thanks for your company on The Bright Side, and don't forget you can subscribe to our newsletter. See you next time.